everybody. I am your host, Jessica Koch, and this is Profound Professionals. It is the interview series that has been coming to you for 9 years now. That's right, 9. And we bring industry experts from all over the world. They help improve your personal life or they can help you grow your business. Today, we have a brilliant and amazing guest. His name is Kelvin, and he is an evangelist for where cybersecurity comes together with mental health. He focuses on user entry behavior analytics and perception, perceiving, and perspective. It's the triple P, people. His mission is to help organizations be more secure by helping individuals foster more joy through understanding. So, cybersecurity meets mental health. Well, Kelvin, you'll have to tell us how your journey and story brought you to that.
So thank you for having me, Jessica. How I got here. First, I've always had an interest in technology. So break,
Mm.
fix, how things work, understanding things. And as I went on through life, I went through lots of experiences like everyone, the experience of growing up in the world.
Mhm.
And all those experiences, they shaped who I was. But I was fortunate enough to be, willing to travel a bit. And so I kept going to different places. So I popped up in different states. So I spent a year living with a Japanese family. So you learn all their cultures, the way they
Oh,
live.
cool. Yeah.
And going through those experiences, I started saying, hey, the way you look at dinner is different the way somebody else looks at dinner in a different
Yeah,
state, different country. I'm like,
it's
well,
true.
why do they think that? And so then I started to understand that it was just the way they perceive things. And I
Mhm.
started to break that down and I started to understand perception. So then I started to say, hey, I understood technology and I understood how people thought. Well, it didn't really matter what you specialize in, what your skills were. I could communicate to with you. Why? Because I can understand what your goals were, what you really wanted from what you said, and convert it to someone else. And so that led me to where I am today.
I love that. I love that. I had a similar experience where I lived in Germany for 3 years, and I lived in an apartment below a German family that didn't speak English, and I really lived in and on the economy and in the community, and I watched. It's perception, but it's also values. So they valued really fresh food. So the refrigerators were tiny college-sized refrigerators. Um, and you shopped every day for fresh food because there wasn't canned and packaged and all of the stuff. You made things fresh every day, and you went out and got those fresh ingredients every day. And they valued the globe because they showed that by um, literally you had to put your social security number on the trash bags, and you had to divide things. We had like 7 different recycle container processes with them. Their water above the sink in the kitchen to wash the dishes was a little tiny heater box, and you would heat up that hot water because they wanted you to conserve water when you were washing dishes. And I mean, just all of these different things were put in place. They also valued everything shut down in the middle of the day. I mean, you either took a rest or yeah, continuing to work or go on run errands was not an option because everyone was taking a rest. And a lot of the people lived right above their shops so that they would do the time that they wanted to do at work. And then they would go upstairs, even when they had a physical brick and mortar place of business. And I think a lot of what your 3Ps cover really shows that value system other cultures have. And I think it's beautiful that you learned it that way. So, what else about how this cybersecurity meets mental health can you tell us? And how you support clients with that, and then how and the different ways they work with you. Give us a little bit more about that connection.
Yep. So I'll take it from right where you stopped off at, and you said understanding the different people's cultures, right? You say understanding how they do things. Well, think about your company as a culture. It
Hmm.
is. I mean, there's some
Hmm.
companies where everybody has a midday break on Fridays and grabs a
Hmm.
beer. And there's some companies where, hey, it's Friday and you're not talking to each other. You're like, man, I can't wait to get out these doors. Well, if you go into a company that's one way and you talk about making a change, you might not like it, and the other
Hmm.
might. Well, think about things of being for security. If I told
Mhm.
you right now how you give your expense report, you might say I log into my computer, but you might tell me you log into your phone. Well, if they think you're logging into your computer and they spend a lot of money and time making it secure in your computer, and you log in from your phone and not even your work phone, but your personal phone, because that's the one you got with you, you're like, hey, it's getting done. Why are they complaining? Because I put in the report, but it wasn't secure. But if you could make them understand why you were using that phone, why it was convenient, then maybe they switched the policy and started saying, hey, we're only going to put it on your work phone. We're going to
Mhm.
put it on whatever phone you are going to use to achieve this goal. It gets much more deeper than that when you get to things like catching anomalies and other things inside the environment with this knowledge, but it's the same principle.
Mm. I like that. So the clients that you're typically working with, are these large corporations? Is it certain industries that you found that you're working with specifically? Um, or is it hospitals and medical facilities that you're focusing on? Tell us a little bit more about who your customer is.
Yep. So it's mainly for industry is healthcare. So it's mainly focused
Mhm.
around healthcare. So that's where we stay at the most. With that being said, that's helping people. So you're helping people that are helping people. Yay.
Mhm.
Other than that, it's small and medium sized business. Everybody has the goals and aspirations to get to the big leagues and go to the enterprise,
Mhm.
but I'm not there yet. So right now, small and medium business, mainly focused in my area. I do help people who are outside of my area, but mainly focused in my region.
So like doctor's offices, dental offices, is that what we're talking about? Like nursing, staffing, assisted living? What kinds of clients, just category or industry, are you working with locally?
Yep. So if in the case of the clinic, long as they meet the size requirements, sometimes they're managed by management companies. We got to work with those management companies. But ideally, it's businesses that are in between the size of 50 to 250 employees. We do
Hmm.
go larger, but again, mainly that's where we focus.
50 to
Um,
250. That's good to know. And
yep.
and that is the kind of places I was mentioning, as far as those kinds of mental health or health. Phew, sorry. That's what happens when we're live, people. I hope everybody bless me because I want to take all the blessings. Um, but so 50 employees to 250 in the mental health space or in the medical space. What's the, give us a little bit more clear. I just want the people listening to really know that they can say, hey, I heard this podcast about this great guy and he could really help your organization, because they know who meets your needs.
Yep. So essentially, this is how it works. People come to us and say, "Hey, we have a need for something." It could be, "I want to be more secure. I want to know more about my environment. I want to save money. I want to consolidate." Whatever it may be.
Hmm.
We help them to understand from where they are and where they want to be, what they need to do to achieve that goal.
Hmm.
When we're all in agreement at a high level of what they need to do to achieve that goal, then I connect them with the people who can help them achieve that goal. Meaning, I partner with companies who can help them achieve that goal. Now, I will introduce them to those companies. They will pick which ones and what they want. Is all of them. I'm just helping them to connect. They don't pay me anything. The companies who I recommend, they pay me a portion of the money. So that's how I get paid, not
I
from
see.
the people who I help.
So you do a free discovery call and evaluation to figure out what resources and organizations would best be able to serve them and match up and solve their challenges and provide their needs. Is that what you're doing?
Absolutely. And I work with them from end to end, meaning all the way till the day that you are actually up and running. I'm still there to help make sure that all of your needs are met. Meaning, hey, Kelvin, we decided we wanted this, or we realized that when we made this decision that we didn't take this into consideration and we need to add something on. I'm still there to help you. So it's a life cycle. We're with you the whole time.
So you're the advocate as you support them through this process and this journey of getting these things in place. And typically, your clients are best matched and fit because they have 50 to 250 employees. Somewhere in there, that's kind of the sweet spot. And someone can get on with you if they have that. So if you're out there listening and you have 50, 60, 100 employees, reach out and have a one-on-one with Kelvin, because what do you have to lose? You can pick his brain, build a plan, and go through what might work for you, and then decide and make a good solid business decision of working with these suggested connections or not, right? Isn't that their choice?
Absolutely. So the
I,
goal, the
I
way I look
don't
at it,
hear I don't hear a lose in this. I hear a win, 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 win. I win, 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 win. So yeah, I'm sorry. Please continue what you're gonna say.
no, I agree exactly with what you're saying. And literally, there's no reason for us to not work together. Meaning, if you can't save money, if you can't get more bang for your buck, if we can't help you be more secure, you just get to walk away. You have nothing to lose. So I can only
Mm.
help.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And the interesting thing is, as you get to that sweet spot he's talking about, you often are in this growing pain situation, and there's so much capital available in grants and access to funding and investors and things. So if you need a lot of the services to take you to the next level that our amazing Mr. Green here would connect you with, there's always funds for it. So don't think to yourself, oh yeah, I've got 70 employees, but I don't have money to go pay all these other companies that he's going to want to recommend to me. That is not the case. There are definitely ways to access money. It's available to you. So find out what you need and what will take you where you're going and what the budget is for that. And then realize that there is just so much money out there available to companies in so many different forms and variations. So don't let that hold you back from reaching the goal that you want. Definitely sit down and see where Mr. Green can take you, because I think you'll have some more green in your bank account if you do. That's what I'm thinking. There's always the green out there. I'm telling you, there is so much money in the world. People do just not realize it. Don't ever let that limit you. Can you give us a good tip that someone could use today that is, other than my tip for the day, is make sure you have this one-on-one meeting, because really, seriously, you have nothing to lose. He's going to give you all his magic formula in his mind, and you don't even have to take the next step if you don't like it. And I feel like really, you know, this is a super win. But other than that amazing tip, what other things would you like to share with businesses out there who are trying to learn to save, or actually have profit coming in after everyone's paid a salary, including themselves, which they often forget? Um, what's a tip you could give them?
Well, I'm gonna give that tip to them and anybody else who's listening. One tip I'm gonna give is I'm say if you want to change anything in your life, and I mean anything, I'm gonna give you one thing you got to do. Think about the thing that you did one step before it. Meaning, if somebody kicked you, don't think about them kicking you. Where were you at? What were you doing when you got kicked? Then you should think to yourself, if you don't want to get kicked again, maybe you shouldn't go around that person or stand that close to them or go there or be doing whatever you were doing at that time. If you change those things, you won't get kicked again. Can't stop that first kick, but believe you me, if you do that, you will change anything in your life that you want. There you go.
I love that. I love it. And I think that also applies is, imagine when you had your best opportunity in business or in life, what were the things you did right before that opportunity came? Sometimes prior to a networking event, when I'm really on my game and I'm having a super good day, I will meditate and take some time to put my face in the sunshine. And then I'll ask myself, what is what is the greatest thing that could happen for me during this 1 hour networking virtual event? What will I walk away with? And actually happened today. And I even typed it out. So put it in writing for others to see. I was looking for 5 new podcast guests to be on this amazing show that we do here. And do you know that I at least got 15 people who were interested and raised their hand in that community? And so when you have set an intention or have a specific goal prior to do something, that was the thing I did prior to having that success, right? That's exactly what Mr. Green's talking about. So I had to think about, well, I got 15 people at a virtual. That does not happen every time. What did I do differently? What did I do right before that? Well, I put it in writing. I set an intention, and and the whole community made it happen times three, right?
Indeed. Yes. Yes.
They 3x'd my intention as a community because I made it known and I made that effort. So I love this idea of thinking about, your successes, the greatest successes you've ever had, and thinking about what did you do right before that. Um, what that's super beautiful. Really great tip. All right. One of the things we started from show number one is making space and time uh, for giving great exposure to amazing causes out there in the world. Sometimes people don't know they exist. Sometimes someone really needs them. Just spreading some awareness. We might inspire someone to give time, treasure, or talent to the cause that our guest shares, or one of the ones that you type in the chat right now, the causes that are close to your heart. And that way, you might just make someone's day. You might end up being the hero of the day. Hit the share button, get the word out there so people can see the causes you put in the comments and hear the cause that Mr. Green wants to share with us. So, what's a cause you care about?
Yep. So a cause I care about is mental health. So when I say that, what I mean by that is when we talk about mental health in society today, is so much stigma around it. Like if I
Mm.
said to you that, hey, I have a bad heart, I have heart attacks, and you were like, oh, you'll feel sorry for me. Or if I said, hey, my kidney or my liver's bad, you would say, oh, I understand. I say there's something wrong with my brain, and you're like, he's crazy, something he's weird, he's unusual, something's off, right? No, in reality, it's just like any other body part. They just don't function the same way all the time. I
Hmm.
mean, Michael Phelps can stay in the water swimming really fast in a really long time because of the way he's built and the mental stability grit that he has to achieve that goal. We all can't do that. With that being said, we shouldn't demonize others for not being perfect mentally like we don't do in any other body part. And we clearly need more education about mental health because what I say is in society, uh, people don't go get mental health because they're scared to say that they need mental health support. But in reality, you might see yourself as such a refined, evolved human being, but you're really a caveman and a cave woman living inside of an office. So, with that being said, everything is unusual for you. So, you might want to get some help with that so you can handle living in today's life. There you go.
Yeah, and I think the beautiful thing though, and I love that you brought this topic up, is I think since the world shifted a couple years ago, mental health has become more of an embraced topic. People are more open. Even corporations are implementing mental health programs and resources and access to their company and to their team. I think it's much more encouraged. People are definitely blogging and talking and YouTubing more about it. So much more love is being given to this subject, and I love that. And we just got to keep doing it. We want everyone to feel like that they have everyone has the right. It's part of what was the foundation of our country, right? The right to the pursuit of happiness and to live free and have a wonderful chance and an equal chance to live the American dream and just to live your best life, and be the best version of you. And that goes for any and all of the different unfortunate people focusing on the differences versus what we have in common. We are earthlings. We are all of this earth. We are humans with hearts, and we have families we love, and we have challenges we overcome. And usually our biggest one for all of us is right between our ears, that mindset space. So mental health is a beautiful thing to share. And thank you for sharing that with us. All right, you out there typing, don't stop typing. Maybe you're an author to a book, or maybe you have a book that inspired your personal life or helped you grow your business. We need everyone to know about this book. They're not going to know if you don't hit that share button and type it in the comments. So do that for us, and we'll get Mr. Green to give us any books that inspired your personal life or helped you grow your business.
So I will lots of different books, but I will go with the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. The reason why is because a lot of the stories, the people he documented, I knew what they did, but
Mm.
I didn't know why. I didn't know how.
Ah.
So
Oh,
why is the passion, the purpose? Why did you do it? And then how did you do it? So learn that helped me a lot. So yeah.
say it again, the name of the book?
48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene.
48 Laws of Power by Robert
Yep.
Greene. So another really smart Green. I mean, there you go. It makes perfect sense to me. Okay. So before we go to your final thought, is there anything else about your business, your program, or you personally that you'd like to share that we didn't get to cover yet?
Well, I would say there will be some podcasting going on about health and technology and cybersecurity and helping the small business community. It was going to be me as the host, but like most things, it got stolen away from me. So it's going to be at podcast-wise.com, podcast-wise.com, and it'll be my wife mostly. I'll be on there sometimes. Some people will talk to
When
me,
she says you
but
let
yeah,
you when you're
yeah,
allowed.
yeah. Yeah, we're talking about that later. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. I will say that thank you all out there for watching again. It's been such a joy to have you on the show. And if you're thinking, wait, I have something to offer, I'm an author of a program, I'm a host of a podcast, I can help improve someone's personal life or grow their business. Well, get on the show, reach out to my team, and they'll tell you just how to do that. In the meantime, I will also say everything and all the content on this show was not giving you medical, legal, or financial or any other kind of advice. We are sharing what works for us, our stories, and our information. I'm the Italian mother of 7, and I've got 9 grandkids. Can you believe it? But I'm not your mama. So make sure you do your research, talk to your experts, and enjoy podcast and all of the information that's out there in the world. But make sure you do your own research and work with your own experts to double check with your homework. But do have that one-on-one with Mr. Green and discover what's possible and out there for you. Do your due diligence, check his references. Don't take it for our word. Check on him and spend some time with him and learn a bit more about what's possible. I hope you had as much fun as I did there, Mr. Green, on this show today.
Indeed, indeed.
That's a great smile. Give us a final thought as we close our show today. Give us a piece of information or inspiration as we go.
I love Jessica Cox. There you go.
Well, I Love Jessica Koch is a good one. But I would say if he doesn't have another closing thought, Mr. Green, your tip to share, think about what you did right before something amazing happened in your world. That was a good one. And I will chew on that one for quite a while. I think that was some seriously, truly brilliant, brilliant advice. Really worth meditating and thinking about. Make a list of all your successes that you've had in your life, the biggest, most thrilling ones that ever happened to you, whether they're personal or business related, and then go back and retrace your steps so that you can continue to recreate that recipe and formula with the easy button. You only need to struggle if you choose to. That's what Jessica Koch will tell you today. All right, everyone. It's been a great show, if I don't say so myself. And so until the next Profound Professionals, when we see you, in the meantime, be kind to yourself out there and be kind to each other. Bye, everybody.